Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Janon, hey, guess what day it is? Come on, I know you can hear me. Mark, what day is it, Mark? Hey, Paul, guess what day it is? It's Gold Fever Radio Day. Woo-hoo!
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank, it ain't that long.
Well, hey there, welcome everybody. Wednesday, once again, it is, what is today? Wednesday the 24th, 2024. Gold Fever Radio, I'm your host, Jack Tugger. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll get to the chat room in a minute here. Hey, cheers everybody. Let's see what's going on in the world here. I don't see the gas popping in yet, so we'll give that a moment here. Let's see, there's only 160 days left in this year. Whew, get over this year, I'm all ready for it. Today is National Drive-Through Day. Drive-Through Day. It's National Cousins Day. Hello, all my cousins out there. It's National Amelia Earhart Day. Now, there's a theme coming on with this Amelia Earhart Day. It's also a great one, National Tequila Day. You know, the bump, 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 bump. Tomorrow is Wine and Cheese Day, so tomorrow is the day you can all wine because it's Wine and Cheese Day. See, on this day in history, Woodstock. 99 opens to mark the 30th anniversary of the original Woodstock. Over 250,000 people. Actually, that was yesterday. Lance Armstrong became the first rider to win Tour de France 7 times, which he was later stripped of for doping or conspiracy doping or whatever that all can talk about. Let's see, also in 1974, U.S. Supreme Court ruled that President Richard Nixon had to provide transcripts of Watergate. For those that you guys remember all of that type of stuff, I was probably just a young tot back then. See, 1897, Amelia Earhart, first human to fly alone across the Atlantic Ocean. And on this day in 1847, Brigham Young and his follower Mormons arrived in Salt Lake City, Utah. And today is National Amelia Earhart Day. What a coincidence all that is. What else going on? See, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. You share birthdays. Jennifer Lopez, she's only 55, born on this day in 1969. I thought she was older than that. Let's see, it also, in 1969, Amelia Earhart's birthday. Imagine that. Let's see, what did it say? At 39, she disappeared at age 39 on July 2nd, 1937. She was born in 1897. Karl Malone is 61. He's a basketball player, in case you guys didn't know that. He played for the Utah Jazz. Linda Carter, 73. She looked pretty good for 73. She was Wonder Woman, in case you guys never knew that. Let's see, events. What's going on in the world? We got events coming up. You got the Utah Moon Lake event, which I know some of you guys are going to that. That is August 23rd and 24th. I plan to be there for that. I'll be there a few days earlier. Going to do some treasure hunting and playing around there in Utah. But I will be there for that. Then I'll hang out there for a while. Then I'm driving over to Colorado to do some dredging. First weekend is September for a week or so. Anyway, that's it. We got a wheel going on for surprises. You guys can follow all that on Facebook. Go to the Facebook page and follow all of that stuff. And you guys got a package in the mail, and you know what it is, don't you? Really cool stuff, man. A few weeks ago, we got all these prizes. You know, you guys got your prizes too that you guys won. The gold claw stuff. Look at that, man. He sent me all types of cool stuff. I got some pocket gold pens and some regular gold pens, gold claw pens. Aren't these pretty looking? Man, we're going to have to do something with some of them. We may have to do some giveaways and stuff like that. All right, let me get into the chat room, see what's going on. Paul, hello, Paul. Rubber Ducky Prospecting. Bobby, hello. Patty's Adventures, hello. And Mountain Man Adventures, hello. Choking on smoke from forest fires within 35 miles of my camp. Might have to evacuate tomorrow. Wow. If the wind changes directions, well, good luck to you there. It's warm up here. It's 1,000 degrees here. I know that. We got poured on rain about half hour ago. Really poured, and now there's puddles around, and it stopped raining. But the humidity follows that, so we've got very high humidity. So my clothes are stuck into me right now. So from like it was 110, and then it drops down to 98 just because of the rain, and now it's going to go back up again. Well, let's see who else is around hanging out here. Richard, hello from Michigan. Richard Duke, hello. Mark Nye, hello. Only 89 there today. That's great. Yeah, Patty, we got soaked. Buck Rackley, hello. And Timothy Pinkerton, happy Swing That Coral Day. That's right. Is today National Girlfriend's Day? I never heard that, but okay. John, hello. So anyways, that's what's happening. I don't see a guest popping in here, so don't know. I sent him a link over the weekend, and then Monday I sent him a message, asked him if he got it. He told me no, that maybe his girlfriend deleted it, so I sent him another one. And, well, we'll see if he pops in or not. If not, guess he'll just be stuck with me, so, oh well. We'll just do a Q&A, I guess, or something. You know what? I upgraded my, I did some changes. I upgraded my resolution. I don't know if you guys, if I'm still blurry or not, but I upgraded the resolution. I was doing, I don't remember what I was doing. What was I doing? I was doing 720p. Now I'm doing 1080p. I don't know if that makes any difference or not. If I, to me, it looks like I'm red. And then I switched cameras too. I don't know, crystal clear on my end, Mark. Cool. So I wanted to ask you guys, this is the camera that's on the computer itself. And this other camera, let me see if I can find this other camera, is the web camera. Which one do you guys think looks better? This one makes me look bigger, I think. Yes, you're still blurry. I'm still blurry? You get that shirt from Tom Celtic? Yeah. Yeah, he stopped by and he said, what do you mean I'm blurry? I don't look blurry. Is this camera better or is the other camera better? You guys think this camera's better? You know what's funny on this shirt? That hello, Daryl. Hey, Daryl, are you going to Moon Lake? I ain't talked to you on the phone. Are you going out to Moon Lake this year? Is Scott coming by to pick you up? No, I'm messing with you. Oh, Bobby. Okay, you get me worried, man. But I got this shirt a few years ago at one of the court sites when they have their big gathering out there. They do all this, you know, the tent and all that, and there's somebody who sells shirts in there. So I bought a few of these type of shirts. But what I noticed about this shirt, you know, that Trump rally where he was shot at, behind him in the audience, somebody had this shirt on too. And I thought, hey, that's my shirt. You got my shirt on. So what camera, does this camera look okay? Probably a mess behind here, huh? Because I got crap all over the place here. So you are crystal clear. You don't know yet, Daryl? I talked to Mike, and I talked to Terry, and I talked to Scott. And Scott said he's going to be there on the 21st. So I plan to be there on the 21st as well. And like I said, then from there, I'm going over to Colorado to do some dredging. So I'll hang out there for a while. But sounds like a lot of fun. So got to do it, man. Got to get out there, Daryl. You know that, you know. Do it while you can. Anyway, so that's what's happening here. Got some cool things. Look at that. You guys saw that? That Trump coin. So cool, huh? Silver coin. A Trump silver coin. Awesome, man. And I got some of dirt bag. That's on the wheel though. You guys can go check the wheel out there. I used to live downtown in the Florida Keys, and I worked at Tom for a few times. You worked at Tom? What's that? You look okay to me, Jack. Well, thank you, John. We'll go with this camera here. This is the hooked on camera, USB camera. I'm not using the on camera. If you want. Why do you have dolls above your head? Those are cool dolls, man. Those are, oops, I can't touch my screen. See, those are like Victorian dolls or whatever they are, you know, show dolls, whatever. Those are just my, oh crap. I got a touch screen on this computer, so I should be careful. I could knock myself off of the air. I touched the screen accidentally. That's why I have that for. See how my dolls look? I got that doll right. Everything's backwards to me. Oh, I've got the two little guys sitting over there, the ventriloquist dolls. I've got the pirate. Actually, that's a little butler doll. See my little Barbie dolls right there? There's Farrah Fawcett and Wonder Woman. I don't know who the other person is. Both cameras are good. This camera is more zoomed than the other cameras. That's what I see too, Mark. This one's more zoomed in, so I'll just stay with this one. I thought I was going to put a camera like clear up on the wall. You know how you look at sometimes you look at, you know, different podcasts from people and they got a camera up above or some crap like that. But anyways, okay. Got a Chucky doll. Some people call that doll Chucky. He's not really Chucky, but some people think he's Chucky. Anyways, so that's what's going on here, guys. There's not going to be a whole lot, I guess, going on if our guests don't get in. Garrett was supposed to come out with that the Vortex metal detector. I talked to my dealer on that, and they said they were supposed to be out sometime around the 17th. They thought be released. Well, they're not out apparently yet. I haven't got one. I'm supposed to get one as soon as they get released, but I don't have one yet because I wanted to try that Vortex one, and there was such a hype there. You know, when they first started talking about it, they were all over the internet and people talking about them galore. Then all of a sudden they like disappeared. You don't see anybody talking about it anymore, or nobody anything. Maybe they just died. I heard Fisher's coming out with a new PI machine that's supposed to kick ass, so I kind of look forward to that. Let's see. Where generally are you going in Colorado? I go on some friends of mine have a claim up there on the Arkansas River outside of Salida, over in that area, Buena Vista, whatever how you say that, over in that area. So I'm going over there. So that's a drive. Getting to Utah, I think it's going to be about a 20-hour drive to get there. Save your old used Polaroid film, Jack. I'm taking it with me. He told me to bring them cameras with me. You mean like these films, these pictures? Is that what you're talking about, Daryl? Or are you talking about just my old Polaroid film in general? I think I got a roll of Polaroid film. Probably expired, but I guess it's still good. It's in the fridge, huh? It would have been good to take pictures. Did you get rain over there, Daryl? Because it poured over here. We had puddles over here. And the humidity, whoo, it's high right now. Did you get a Gold Claw pen? Yes, Richard, I did. I got a whole set of Gold Claw pens here. He was good to me. I got these are little kits, sniffer bottles, vials. Got a couple of them. Got a couple pocket gold pens. I got the big gold pen. I'll have to do a video on these here, but I like the blue. I wanted blue, so I'll have some giveaways to start doing giveaways. Use film like you showed. No rain. Use film like you showed. Oh, you mean just keep these? All of these things? These are the ones with the look at how good that is there. Do you think there's a treasure there, Daryl, or what? We got to go investigate that treasure there. Look at those. Look how great that is there. Woo, baby. Uh, let's see, Grease Monkey, brother. Is my Mind Lab Vanquish 440 strong enough to find small nuggets out behind Dolan Springs GPA claim? Any detector will find gold nuggets. You know, they may have to be the size of an automobile or something for you to pick them up, but any detector will find it. If it's not a gold detector, then the pieces have to be bigger. Like a gold monster or gold bug 2, those will find pretty small little pinhead pieces of gold. But if it's different type of detector, it'll still detect it, but you're going to have to the ones that you would normally throw away. Oh, you mean these ones here that I wouldn't keep? You mean that I would normally throw away? Don't throw those away. Keep them. Why do you keep them for, Daryl? Just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, why do I want to keep them for? You mean talking about like all of these ones? Are they something to go through again or something? But I got a whole bunch of them. Is that what you're talking about? Uh, I couldn't tell you where they were taken. Well, I guess you could see them in the background where they were taken at. Uh, so, anyways, back on detector. So, the ideal frequency for gold, you have to. I'm not sure what that. I'm not really familiar with that Grease Monkey with on that detector on your Vanquish 440 on the frequency. Look at your frequency on that. The ideal frequency for gold is around 45. Okay, got it, Daryl. I'll keep all of them. So the ideal frequency for gold is around 45. The gold monster is at 45. The the other good machine that's actually pretty good for gold on a VLF is the Equinox with the smaller coral on that, and that I think is like 47 megahertz on that, kilohertz, megahertz, whatever what they call that there. Anyway, so that's kind of the ideal thing for gold in your good range, and then you get to like a gold bug 2 that's clear up there to 71 kilohertz, megahertz, whatever it is. So it's better for smaller gold. So the higher frequency is better for the smaller gold at the surface, and the lower frequency is better for more depth, I do believe. But the 45 right in that range is kind of the medium ground, the best one for that. So look at your frequency and go from there. That'll give you an idea kind of in the range where you're at. But like I said, take a piece of lead, because lead is pretty well kind of, like gold. Gold is not really, lead's about as close as you can get to the conductivity of gold. So take a piece of lead, a really fine piece of lead, and go over it and see if it picks it up. And it'll pick up about the same size on a gold nugget. So if it's birdshot piece of lead and you're going over it and it won't pick it up, then it's not going to pick up a piece of gold. But if it'll pick up the lead shot, larger in size, then it can pick it up. So practice with that or try it with that, and that'll give you an idea what you can or cannot do. Okay. Prosecute. Have I prosecuted? Have I prospected? Prosecuted much behind Dolan. That's where I was originally going to go, is up around the Dolan Springs area, because there is good gold up around Dolan Springs area, but I got sidetracked and I ended up there in the Meadview area, and that's where I end up going and doing my claims at, is up there. But Dolan Springs does have some decent gold around there. It's KHZ, Jack, kilohertz. Okay, thanks, John. Kilohertz. I always get everything mixed up. Rocky Mountain Prospector, Brad Hayden, hello there. Yeah, I get the kilohertz and megahertz and all that screwed up because I deal with too many hertzes all the time. My shoulder hurts, my back hurts, my leg hurts. That's a good way to remember that. I hurts, so it's hertz, kilohertz. This kilo hurts. Okay. Luis Humberto, Hello from Chile. There's my buddy from Chile. Hello there. All the way from Chile. What is you guys on the opposite side of the time zone right now in Chile? Like so right now in Arizona I have 5:20. So what is it there? Like about 2 o'clock in the morning for you guys over there? I don't know, man. Uh, that's a long ways away. Chile. Is it cold over there in Chile? How did Chile get its name? Do you guys like? Do you guys eat a lot of beans, or is it cold over there? How did Chile get its name? That'd be interested to know that. But anyway, cheers. All right. Before I forget, I better play my commercial there. So I better do that before I get in trouble. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
ICMJ, the International California Mining Journal, was first published in 1931, 93 years old this year. Since our first issue, our goal has remained the same, and that is to provide miners with a voice, a marketplace for their goods and services, and to offer expert advice and tips from our knowledgeable writers, miners, geologists, all in the field. We still offer our 12 and 24-month print subscriptions, but keeping up with the times and with our reader requests, the digital online subscription option allows for a simple and gorgeous reading experience using your preferred technology, your phone, your tablet, or computer. Sign up for our print, online, or both print and online at www.icmj.com or call us at 831-479-1500. For our advertising services, both display advertising and classifieds, select the Miners Market section or call us. Happy prospecting.
Happy Prospecting. Excellent magazine. If you guys don't have a subscription to that magazine, you need to call and get a subscription to that magazine. That is a cool magazine. And you guys all know that let's see, they do really cool articles of people in there, you know. Pretty cool, huh? That was in the July issue. What issue's coming out now? We're in July. There might be another one in the August issue. Huh, interesting. Okay, so let's see. It says the 440 is between 5 and 40 kilohertz. So you want to use 40 if it does all simultaneously at the same time. It's a multi-machine, so it'll go up there. So that'll be good. If not, if it's got a prospecting mode on it, then the prospecting mode would probably automatically select up around the 40 kilohertz. So you want to do around the 40 kilohertz. And then it's going to depend on your coral size too. So you want to use the smaller coral, the better. The smaller the coral, the better. If you got multiple corals, use a little one, small one. Chili peppers. That's why it's called chili, from chili peppers, huh? They have some great writers, Paul. Yeah, they do. How is the detecting west of Dolan Springs and west of Highway 93 in the Black Mountains area? Timothy, I've never been out there and played with that, so that I can't tell you about that. Prickly prick prospecting. Hello. Prickly prick. That's a good thing. You know, everything in Arizona either bites you, pokes you, pricks you, or stings you. So a prickly prick. You prickly prick, you prickly PPP, prickly prick prospect. Say that 3 times really fast. Prickly prick prospecting. There is fine laundry gold, fine gold over there, huh? Well, you know what they say, there's more finer gold, smaller gold than there is big gold. So gather all that up because there's more of that stuff out there than the larger stuff. So I guess we're not going to get our guest ain't going to pop in tonight. So, oh well, what can I say? Can't force them to pop in. All I can do is try to get them, and I can't make him come in. He'll probably forgot or something else. It all adds up. Collect it all. Yes, it does. Collect it all. So who's got some questions? You guys got any questions? I still need to find my co-host, somebody that I can throw it off to. Say, well, so what do you got to say? Maybe I should just split screen and put two of me on there where I can talk to back and forth. So what do you think about the situation? I'm not sure. What do you think about it? I don't know. I asked you first. Well, so anyways, one day, one day I'll have me a co-host. So I am in this campground out here in Arizona. Buck Rackley, are you in? Wow. Huh. He's far away. So one day, so I'm in this campground and I'm kind of stranded here. So it's hard for me to get away and go playing. I wished I could travel more, get away more, but I am kind of limited on things I do here. One day, I hopefully will get away and be able to play more. And that's what I want to do, is go play more, go traveling, prospecting, and treasure hunting, and all that type of stuff. One day. Uh, I'm sure it'll be fun. Yeah, I have conversations with myself all the time, man. Sometimes, I wake up in the morning and I have a bruise on my face, and I think, God, did I smack myself again last night? I knew I should have not been talking bad about myself. It's like, God, don't talk like that. And I must attack myself during the night or something. But what dry washer do you suggest I buy to put on my quad and use out near Dolan? Well, theory behind dry washers, if you can find, see, uh, probably the best dry washer that I think out there. Royal makes a decent dry washer. That's all aluminum, but they make, that's a decent dry washer that they make. And they've got a kind of a smaller one that's more for sampling, stuff like that. I kind of feel like the best really dry washer out there is that Keen 140 is, the, I think, is the best dry washer. I really didn't care for the ones with the bumpers and the pegs and all that on there. I kind of like that old style of the 140. Then they came out with the 140S. I didn't like the S. I don't like the S. I like the 140. That's a good, decent dry washer. Uh, but if you take, but then that dry washer uses gas. So you got to have mixed gas unless you do the four cycle on the Makita motor that they sell. But you still got to have gas. So a lot of times you'll spend more in the gas than you will of the gold that you're finding. So if I'm sampling or out playing, I like to use a puffer style dry washer because you're not using gas and you're just using the battery. Probably the best puffer style they had out there was that Thompson dry washer, and Thompsons are not made anymore. So if you can find an old Thompson dry washer, a bellows type dry washer, that's the one I would probably use, because those are pretty well, they're more lightweight. You don't have to haul gas. You don't have to haul a motor with you. You just have to have the dry washer and a battery. So I would look for some type of and Keen's puffer style, that's a pretty big unit. And it's kind of cumbersome to strap down and haul around. But if that's, really what you got, then I would go with that. But I would go with the puffer style dry washer. Rocky Mountain, let's see. Yes, Buck, yes. Oh, I got a beep. What's this beep say? This beep says, oh, okay. Somebody taking wheel numbers. There is a wheel going on there. There's still some spots left on the wheel for prizes. A metal detector. Yeah, that's the simplex metal detector is on the wheel. And some silver and some gold and other prizes. Alan Barnett. Hello, Alan. I use the old yellow puffer dry washer crafted by Frank C. out of Kingman. Has found me a lot of gold. All right. Puffer. Yeah, I like the puffer styles. So anyway, that's what I like to take out if I'm just going out as a puffer style. If I'm going out to plane, if I know there's good gold in the area, well then, you're going. I think you get better gold with the blower style than you do with the puffer style, just because the pitch on the puffers is pretty steep, and you got to have that steep pitch to make the gold travel down there, where on the blower type, you can run your box more leveler. And I think you get better gold because then you can adjust your airflow and all that, where the puffer is pretty well the way it is. So if I'm in a good gold area, I'll probably run the gas one. But if I'm just out playing or sampling, I don't want to haul all that stuff. So I go with the puffer style. Lithium battery leaf blower. I guess you could do that too. Have contact info for, oh, you guys talking about yourself, John. I guess I just get pieces of your guys' conversations here. So I don't know what's going on here. Okay. That's what's going on. Who's got some questions? Give me some questions. Rather, we're just going to have to play some commercials or something, you know. What do you guys want to hear? You guys want to hear some commercials? Let's see. I was playing around today and just seeing what I had here on the old thing and what here. Found some old stuff and some old I was playing on the computer earlier, and just some of the crap that I found. Old people listening to back in the olden days, where used to do stuff like
I'm Kevin Hoagland, and you're listening to Gold Fever Radio.
Stuff like that.
Hello, this is Mike Pong, and you're listening to Gold Fever Radio.
You know, I've always talked about how bad Mind Lab is. This is
Debbie from Mind Lab, and you're listening to Gold Fever Radio.
But anyway, so yeah, I was playing around on the computer today, and I was finding all these stuff. You have claims near Boulder City, Nevada, Jack? No, I don't. The closest I've got claims up in that area is be up in Meadview and Gold Basin area. I've never been all the way to Greg's hideout. I don't know what's down there. From what I gather, there's really nothing down there, but I'm not really sure. I've never been down there. When I lived in Tucson, we had a homemade dry washer that used gas. Yeah. So anyway, so I was just playing around, looking at, there's some old antique. Oh, here's an old thing. I don't know if you guys want to hear this. You know, when I first moved to Arizona, I'm going to tell you guys a story. Some of you guys have heard this story before. When I first moved to Arizona in the earlier 90s, one of the first jobs I took was I was doing overnights at a country radio station. And when you're always recorded. Everything was on cassette tapes back then, but you're always recorded. But you're recorded only when your mic comes on. So if you turn your mic on to, whatever, when the song's over with, or if you go to commercial, before you go to commercial, anytime you talk any words, your mic is on, and that's when you're recorded. And sometimes you accidentally leave the mic on and you're being recorded, and that's why sometimes you might hear them still talking during a song because they forgot to turn their mic off. But basically, you only get recorded when your mic is on. So, and they record you all the time, and sometimes your manager will ask for an air check tape. So you'll go, they may come in and say, hey, I need an air check tape, because they want to listen to you, and then they'll critique you of what you're doing wrong or something like that. So you end up with these tapes every day. So I've got boxes and boxes full of these air check tapes. And I was listening to some of them, and some of them are pretty funny, actually. But so there's this one here. I don't know how long this thing is, but I'm going to play this just so you guys will know what it was like when I first moved here to Arizona in the 90s.
Going out by request, Keith Whitley and Somebody Do Me Right on the new KQ 104. The new KQ 104, that's always a good excuse, huh? The devil made me do it. Apparently, Coolidge has lost some power. That's too bad. My listenership must have dropped down to 3. Here's the Bellamy Brothers and Cowboy Beat on the new KQ 104. The new KQ 104 323. Good morning, I'm Jack Tucker, Mary Chapin Carpenter. I feel lucky from the new KQ 104. The new KQ 104 is now a couple minutes after 4. I'm Jack Tucker. It's nice to have you along. Here's Billy Dean and Billy the Kid on the new KQ 104. Okay, come on now. What kind of fool do you think I am? Well, it's time to take a little walk. Here's Tanya Tucker and San Antonio Stroll on the new KQ 104. It's 4:35. Good morning. Yes, Travis Tripp.
Anyways, that's I think I only one air check. Yeah. Haha, Jack, I used to spin records for KSBA and KZMK and Sierra Vista back in the S80s. All right. Yeah, this was down in outside of Phoenix in Casa Grande, Coolidge area, and down. And here's a funny thing. So the reason you do air check tapes is so they can. So I got hired and they do the things, and it's down there in what they call Pinal County. That's the county where this was at. Well, you had to do the weather, and you had a little radio there, what they call NOAA radio, NOAA weather, and you would listen to that, and then you had to write out a weather report. And so every hour you had to give just a little thing about the weather. And what you do is say, like, check in weather for Pinal County. Well, for weeks, at least a week, I was calling it Penal County because I was new to Arizona, and to me that's what it looked like, was Penal County. So I'm saying checking the weather for Penal County. And then when my manager came in one morning, he must have listened to me on the way in, and so he said, "Oh, hey Jack, by the way, it's Pinal County." Oh crap. Okay. But, how long was I saying that before they corrected me on that there? So let's see what's happening here. We have Timothy Pinkerton's a new member. All right. Welcome, Timothy, as a new member to, I got to remember to write this down. I got to remember that. I got to have a sticky note. I got to Timothy Pinkerton. Okay. Anyway, welcome. I got to remember to write all this type of stuff down, so I can. Let's see. You had a radio. I had a code. Yeah. Okay. What's funny is. The commercials are on what they call carts, and the carts were just like an 8-track tape, and that's what all the commercials are on when you're pulling commercials in and out. Let's see. Scott Ray, hello. Tell me more about that club claims in Meadview. How much? You can find information on the club at goldfeverradio.com or goldfeveradventures.com, and then there's a link down there. There's about 24 claims, I think, 25 claims, something like that, throughout the western part of Arizona that we have. It's $100 a year. The ones we have up there in Meadview, we've got there's 2 80-acre claims, and then there's one 80-acre claim. And is there another one up there? Can't remember if they're not, but there's those ones up there, and then there's some over in the Gold Basin area on the other side of the hill. There's, I think, 80 acres on the Gold Basin side of the hill. The ones in Meadview is where I found all my nuggets at. I mean, I probably found easily over 300 pieces of gold. In the last week I was up there, I found, you guys that saw the pictures, I found 2 of them up there. They're getting harder to find just because I've wiped the areas out. So I took a roller magnet up there, one of them Harbor Freight roller magnets, and I cleaned this area out because you get into trashy areas. People don't like to go in those trashy areas. So I cleaned the area out really good with the roller magnets, and then I went in there and I found a couple pieces of gold anyways. Tomato, 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 tomato. Mike Bush, hello. Let's see. What does Richard say, Jack? Hey, my neighbor Rick listens to you. He's been packed last couple of years, ready to drive out, but something stops him. Would you tell Rick from Grayling, get on out there before he gets too old? Oh, yes, you better get out there before you get too old. Absolutely. I've had friends that tell me, yeah, I'm going to do that one day. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And before you know it, now they're in a chair and they're too old and they can't go do it. And then they look back and say, man, I wished I would have did that. Man, I wished I would have did that. Man, don't ever get into that position where you're going to look back on life and wish you would have did something. If you've got a chance to do it, go do it. Do it while you can, because one day you won't be able to. And before you know it, life will sneak up on you faster than what you think. So get out there and live life to the fullest. Absolutely. Okay. How is your cell phone booster working out? I don't use it all the time, but I'll definitely use it every time I go out. I know when I go out in the Gold Basin area, there's one spot where the signal kind of comes and goes and it's very weak. I know I'll use it there. I know when I travel, I'll take it with me when I travel, because whenever I'm in those, really bad spots, I know I can just turn it on and utilize it. So it'll always be with me, but I don't have it on all the time, just constantly having it on. See, great. I'm near Vegas. Perfecto, Scott. Okay. There's some other guys that live over there in Henderson and some that live in Mesquite. They drive over to the claims over there quite often to play, that are members of the club too. In the winter months, we do a newsletter, club newsletter that you'll get in the mail, and it just talks about whatever. But yeah, okay. So what do you got to say? Oh, I don't got to say nothing. Come on. You see why it's good to have a sidekick with you, because then they can talk for a while. You don't have to. It's a fast drive. Yeah, one guy says that lives over there. He says, man, if he could just drive straight across Lake Mead, it'd only take him like 20 minutes to get there. But since he's got to go all the way up and around, it takes an hour or whatever it takes to get over to there. But what about Quartzsite area? There are 2 claims near the Quartzsite area as well. We have 2 claims over there. Claims we got is in the Quartzsite area, in the Vicksburg area, in the Siloam area, in the Wickenburg area, in Lake Havasu area, and up at Franconia area, up on northern or north off of 40 up there, and then in Meadview and over in that area. Those are the claims that we have. What's the weight on those gold nuggets? One is 0.8 and one was 0.6 was the weight. Danny is sitting right over there. So there was over a gram of gold. You trimmed your mustache and grow teeth. Looks good. Yes, I did. It was just getting too thick, man. So I had to do a little trimming of it. Oh, kind words. Kind words. If I were to give out stickers for kind words, man, I'd run out of stickers. You guys are just too kind. What can I say? Cheers. On YouTube, for those guys that don't know, I do have a YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but I have this YouTube channel, and I started off years and years ago just because you could post stuff there. So I used to once in a while just post videos there, just Not, nothing to do with really serious, just posting video. But I posted a few things to do with my little ventriloquist dummy doll here. So probably about, I don't know how long ago that was, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I don't know. I get this email from America's Got Talent when they were in Phoenix, and they wanted me to come down for their show. I know, you guys up in the frickin' night, there's no way in hell I'm going down there. It's not like because I was any good. It's because they want bodies there just to fill up the hour show. And, I'd go down there, they would just buzz me and laugh at me and all that type of stuff. I ain't no good at that just because I did it. And I'd be humiliated and laughed off the stage, and everybody that knew me would say, call me names and a flunky and all that. And I just told them they're up in the night. There was no way I was going to go down there to try out for America's Got Talent, because I know I don't have no talent when it comes to ventriloquist. I can't even say the word ventriloquist. So Danny could be your guest speaker for tonight. Danny could be my guest speaker. Of course, my hand puppet could be my guest speaker. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Okay. We could have one of you guys be the guest speaker. Who wants to be the guest speaker? Somebody want to call in and be out? One of you guys can be the speaker if you want to. I'll send you the link right now. Who wants to be the guest speaker? Let me, I'm going to copy the link right now, okay? Let's try this here. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to paste it. Let's see if I can do this. Paste it down there in the thing. When is the Meadview Chili Cook-Off? I don't know. I'm not going to be there. Okay, there's the link. So if you want to use that link and call in, hey, if 4 of you call in at the same time, I can't take you all. But maybe I can. We can do that. All you want to come in and join, there's a link. Click on that link and come in, and I'll bring you guys all in. You guys can all be the guest tonight. The link is there. Use that link. Come and join. Ever use the MindLab 2300? I have used the MindLab 2300, Mike. I've owned a couple of them. I had one, and I found a piece of gold with it, a couple pieces of gold, and I really didn't like it. I took it in the Superstition Mountains when I went in there just because it folds up really nice in my backpack. And then I sold it. And then I went to Alaska, so I got another one when I took it to Alaska. When I went to Alaska, no, I took my 2300 and I took the Gold Monster. I didn't find anything with the 2300. I had found one prior to that up in Meadview with the 2300, but I didn't find any gold in Alaska with the 2300. All the gold I found was with Gold Monster in Alaska. So when I came back, I sold the 2300. But 2300 has some advantages just because it folds up, it's waterproof, stuff like that. Who is having a cook-off? Francis. I don't know who's having a cook-off. I never heard of anybody having a cook-off. I can be a chauffeur, but not a speaker. Oh, well, anyway, the link is there if anybody wanted to join in. That's why I can't find no guests, see, because nobody wants to be a guest to come in. So anyways, okay, so you're just stuck with me. No, you're stuck with me. Let's see, what else can I do or play? Guess I'll just have to play you guys some commercials then. How about, some of you guys have seen some of these commercials, but let's play some commercials. How's that?
Hi, my name is Charlie Brown, and have I a deal for you? Now, for a limited time, you can purchase snow. That's right, snow. It will arrive to you in a liquid form known as water. You then just simply put it in your freezer for 24 hours, and you'll have your very own frozen snow. If you call right now, we'll double your order absolutely free. That's 2 orders of snow. So if you live in a state where you have no snow, well, we got you covered. Call today, 555-555-SNOW. This product is not available in Arizona.
Let's see, Daryl. So Jack, I'm finding out that when you cut out the borders on the Polaroid film and peel off the picture from the back, and then put a light, I used my phone, more flares appeared. Huh, that's weird. That is weird. Uh, well, I got a lot of film, or a lot of them in there. See, Scott, I have found small nuggets with the Monster 1000 at Meadview. Yeah, I had a friend that I know used the Monster up there, and I know he found over 40 pieces of gold with the Monster up there. So, there's still a lot of gold up there. The good stuff has kind of been found, and what I have found up in that area, people go a little too fast and they're swinging all over the place. So you almost have to blanket an area and then just go over really slow and check that area out really good, and you'll still find gold. Jack, have you ever gone to Zortman, Montana? Zortman? No, I've never been to Zortman, Montana. I don't even know where Zortman, Montana is at. I've been to Dillon, Montana, Bannock, Montana, and Missoula, Montana when you cut across Idaho. When I used to do my western swing, I used to take off about every year, and I'd be gone for about 2 months. I'd take off on the road and go all the way up through California, Nevada. I hit all the western states and used to play all the way up into Washington, cut over into Idaho, back down into Montana. But that's as far as I went. It's up Missoula area, and then you cut back down into Dillon. I used to play in Dillon and had some mining claims over near Bannock up in that area, but that's as far as in Montana as I've ever been. When are you and Daryl going to do some more Saturday videos? Daryl, we need to get Daryl's a hoot, man. I tell you what, for being an old man, that guy gets out all over the mountains places. I can't keep up with him. But Daryl's got some adventures. It's just too hot to go out right now. But when it cools down, I'll get Daryl out there and we'll go out and do some adventure hunting. We got some treasures to chase down. Let's see. How do you compare the Manticore and the Gold Monster? Well, the Manticore is not really a gold machine. The Manticore, I'd say, is more for treasures. I'll tell you a story about the Manticore. Now, I've used the Equinox 800 for the longest time. And sometimes when I would take off and travel, just like when I go my travels again, I take these detectors and then I'll research, and I like to go into older parks. So when I'm going through some of these towns, I will go to one of the older parks, and I like to metal detect in these older parks. So I'm in this park, and I've used my Equinox for the longest time. And let's just say, and I don't know the exact number, so I'm just going to guess, but let's say if there's a quarter, it might ring up, 48, 47, 46, 48, 48. It's pretty consistent, and I'll say, oh, that's a good target. I generally dig everything above 20 when it was with the Equinox. And sometimes if it was a really strong signal, maybe, 16, 18, but generally everything above 20 is what I like to dig. And it was pretty consistent, and I had good luck with it. When I first got the Manticore, I took it out to a park, and it would be all over the place, 60, 50, 90, 30, 20, 60, and I would dig it. It'd be a quarter. And I'd say, oh my God, I can't even lock in on it. And I'd be hunting again, and it would say like 30, 29, 30, 30, 29. I'd say, oh, this is a good one. Dig it. It was a bottle cap. It was good on bottle caps, but it sucked on regular coins. Now, maybe I just didn't know how to use it properly, which is possible. But what I did like about that is it's got the 2D graph on there. So you know that anything that's on that graph is a good signal. If it's above that, then you start to get away from that, going to ferrous or non-ferrous below it, or if it's outside of the gray area. So it was a cool machine in that aspect of it, but it was very noisy and chattery, and it didn't shut up. And so I didn't really like to use it. This Garrett machine that they're coming out with, that Vortex, that's similar to the Manticore. It's going to have, they've got 3 models. So I don't know if it's like 5, 7, and 9. The 9's going to have 3 graphs on it, or 3 bars, and you're going to have the ferrous and the non-ferrous, and then the 5 will only have 2, and the 3 will only have 1 bar. So if you get that, that 9 that's got the 3 graphs on it, I think that's going to be one step above the Manticore, and it's priced better, I believe, too. On that, I think that was only like $500 or $600 for that machine. It's not a lot of money for that Vortex. I think that was the name of it, wasn't it? The Vortex. Yeah, the Vortex. So I'm looking forward to getting one of them. I'd like to get it before I took off so I could use it. Let's see. Zortman was a blast metal detected a gram plus nugget and got nearly 5 grams high bank. That's cool. Never been to Zortman. Any input on the MindLab 800? The 800, like I say, I use that 800 a lot. That was a go-to machine. I felt comfortable with it. If you're hunting for gold with the 800, you'll want to use the smaller 6-inch coral. If you're hunting for treasures, then of course you can cover more ground with the 11-inch coral or whatever that is for it. Gold, you use a smaller one. Treasure, you use the big one. The 900, I got the 900. I really haven't used it a lot. The 900 came with both corals on it, and I really haven't played with it. But anyways, I got it. So I have 2 800s. If anybody needs an 800, let me know. I have 2 gold monsters also. I don't need them anymore. I don't need 2 gold monsters anymore, and I don't need 2 800s anymore. But the reason I always got 2 is because I hated changing the corals from the smaller to the big one. So it was easier just to change the machines. I would have another 6,000 if I could afford $6,000, and I would have 2 of them, so I don't have to change the corals on that one every time. But that's why. So anyways, I got some of them. Let's see, 1860s, the oldest silver found with 800. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Whether I need some serious advice for dealing with hot rocks. Prospecting out in Dolan, I found patches of hot rocks that I can't discriminate with my Vanquish 440. And that's going to be your downfall with the VLF is the hot rocks. You're not going to be able to get away with that. I'm not sure if the Vanquish, does it have a screen on it? A VDI screen, visual discrimination screen that will show you numbers or anything like that. So I'm not familiar with the 440. But generally hot rocks, there's 2 different types of hot rocks. A hot rock, if you say you got a piece of gold and you got a hot rock, if you go over the target on a piece of gold, it goes off. On some hot rocks, the signal will sound as you're pulling away from the hot rock rather than going into the hot rock. That's one, hot rock. The other thing is, yes, it's got numbers on it. Okay, then on your numbers, a hot rock should be a lot higher in that numbers where gold should be a lot lower. I'm just guessing. That's like what it is on, some of those machines. So like the 800, a piece of gold is going to be a number 2 or 3 ringing up. Unless it gets a little bigger, it might be an 8, 7 or 8, something like that. But it's going to be around there. Gold, where you get into a hot rock, it's going to be a lot higher because it's iron, where gold is not iron, unless you get a piece of gold that's attached to some iron. So really what you want to do is have a piece of gold that you can go over and see what numbers those are ringing up compared to what numbers your hot rocks are ringing up. Now, if it's really chattery where you really can't hunt, then you got to start to turn your gain down or your sensitivity down so it'll kind of balance itself out. But as the more you turn that down, your gain or sensitivity, then the more you're going to lose the sensitivity. So you're going to start to not get those very weak signals. So you like to hunt with that gain turned up as high as you can. If you can't hunt like that, if you can't, then you just got to start backtracking and turning it down until you can hunt. I do read the numbers, and the hot rocks are typically around a 24, and when gold is between 6 and 8. Okay, so there you go then. So other than that, you're just going to have to go slow and live with. That's just the downfall of a VLF, that it's just going to pick up those hot rocks because it can't punch through that mineralization like a PI machine. The PIs will still pick up a hot rock, not all of them, They'll pick up your kind of your iron type of a hot rock, but they have a different sound than what gold has on them. But those, well, some of them have the kind of the same sound as gold. But so PIs don't pick up all them hot rocks like a VLF that's constantly going off, and that's why I don't really like to hunt with VLFs, because it would drive me crazy having to constantly that chatter, and you have to decipher between everything thing. But hey, if you master the machine, and that's the key of it all, whatever machine you got, you master that machine, that doesn't matter. Master the machine. Problem with the Monster 1000 is you can ground balance out the hot rocks, but the sensitivity will suck. That's why I got the SD2300 PI machine, way less sensitive to the hot rocks here in California. Yeah, so well, the PI, that's going to, you get rid of those hot rocks. They don't pick them up like your Gold Monster will pick them up. And like I say, you can turn your sensitivity down on the Gold Monster, but when you turn it down, you're just going to start to lose that fine pieces of gold. The Gold Monster is a very sensitive machine. You can't even touch it with your hands. Go over it with your hands, it'll pick the salts up in your hand. It's a very sensitive machine. But it does work. It'll pick up, pinned piece of gold. So the machines you're selling, do you have one you figure will work well for the small nuggets out behind Dolan? And so, well, the two machines I've got for sale, I've got an Equinox 800, and I've got the Gold Monster 1000. The Gold Monster 1000 comes with two corals. The Equinox, I'm not sure which machine, if that had the 11-inch or I think that had the 11-inch on there. But either one of them, the 11-inch or the 6-inch coral. The 6-inch coral is better for gold. Same with the Gold Monster. Your smaller round coral is better than that bit larger elliptical. I mean, the bigger ones will cover more ground. It'll still pick stuff up, but it has to be a bigger piece. The smaller the coral, the more sensitive it is to surface material, and that's killed. What you want is that surface stuff. The larger the coral, the deeper it will go, but you'll give up some surface. Get both. Yeah, get both if you always can. 394 Mojave. Yeah, let's see. Understood. Okay. Time to run. Good night, rubber ducky. Take care, buddy. Float them rubber duckies on downstream. Well, I see our guest never popped in, so oh well. Let's see. I was hoping there was a magical setting to eliminate the trash, only pick up the gold, but that's not realistic. No, that's just not realistic. The Gold Monster does have a screen on there that will tell you if it's ferrous or non-ferrous, and that's just kind of a guess screen. I mean, if it's bouncing all the way over to non-ferrous, well, then it's non-ferrous. If it's bouncing all the way over to ferrous, then it's either one. And sometimes they'll bounce in between, and those are ones you have to dig. But at least they give an idea if it's iron or not iron, magnetic or non-magnetics. So that helps on the Gold Monster, where you don't have the VDI screen. Headphones. You always want to use headphones if you can. The bad thing about headphones, you can't hear the snakes or the critters or people coming up behind you too well, but you can hear those fainter targets better. So headphones are always better to have. You're getting a speaker sound. If you got your speaker, that speaker might be 3 feet away from you, holding your detector. And that's harder to hear, but right there in your ear, you're going to hear them faint signals. And sometimes that's what you want to hear, is that very faint signal. You want to go very slow, low and slow. That's why I don't like wearing them. Sometimes people only might wear one, put one aside. You can still hear the noises around, so it's not that bad. I wear headphones. Some of them signals I get are barely, you almost judge, was that a signal? You got to go over it a couple times, scrape the ground a little bit down, and then it'll start to increase. But some of them signals, you barely can hear them. So if you don't have that, them headphones, you'll just blow right over that. Let's see. I've thought about trying that. Okay, headphones will also let your battery last. Yes, that's true. The headphones will make your battery last longer too. Uh, plus, if you don't have headphones and you just got the speaker battery, everybody else will hear you from the next valley over, and they'll say, "Oh, there's a guy over there metal detecting," and all the bees and the bats and the bears, they hear that noise too, and they'll all come in at you. So all them critters are coming after you because they know there's noise over there. Now, you know what? Like coyotes come for dead rabbits because of that, sound. Well, metal detectors might kind of sound the same thing. It might bring in a mountain lion on you, thinking it's a dead rabbit sound. So you better always be looking around. So uh, there's lots of small nuggets out there. There are lots of small nuggets. What months has the least snake issues? The cold months, the cold ones. Snakes during the heat of the day are really not out because it's too hot. Believe it or not, it gets too hot for snakes. So snakes will be under the bushes or under trees in the shade. Early in the morning, late in the evenings, they'll be out on the roads or something like that to get warm. But in the heat of the day, they're hiding too. So, and snakes like washes. Uh, if you're in a wash and you see those rat nests, the rats, you can always tell a rat's nest because they pull all those cactus spines in that to put them in their nests so the critters can't get in on them. Well, if you're seeing a lot of rats around you, chances are there's going to be snakes there because that's their food. And washes happens to be where all those goddamn rats seem to be at. So if you're in a wash, you're going to run into more snakes than if you're up on the side of a hill or something like that too. Jack, are you near Boulder City? I am not. I am actually here. I am actually out in Vicksburg, Salome, which is kind of 40 or 30 miles from Quartzsite area, and probably 60 something miles from Wickenburg area. That's where I'm at. I'm actually 42 miles from the California border, actually, is where I'm at, over by Blythe area down there. Let's see, John. I bought a GP3000 a couple of years ago, but no gold in Texas. But I want to try and get to Arizona, but I would have to go in the winter. Yeah, it's always nice to hunt in the winter out here. Winters are nice out here, and you're not really going to get snakes. Snakes like to come out, I think, once it hits about 80 degrees, high 70s, mid 70s, somewhere in there, you'll get your snakes. Well, if they come out, then they're just sunning themselves and they're kind of really slow moving. So they're not really fast because they're cold. And then maybe after a rainstorm, they sometimes might get washed out of their holes or something like that. But so winter's always, better to hunt and stuff like that too anyways. The 3000, that was an okay machine. I think that has the button on it that you're pushing to, and you live on that button a lot to ground balance. But yeah, there's no nuggets to be found in Texas. The only nuggets you'll find in Texas are following them cows, and they spit out the cow magnets. That's what you're going to find in Texas. High temps there too. Sold my 3000. I'm very happy with the Monster 1000 Minelab 800. Great. Scotty, of the machines Jack selling, which would you pick for small nugs in hot rock areas? I would go with those machines that I was selling. I would go with for a lot of hot rocks. I'd probably go with the 800 just because it has that VDI screen on it. The Gold Monster is better for gold, but it's not going to decipher those hot rocks other than, it's constantly going to make noise. It's going to make a ton of noise. And it's like if you can enjoy that chatter, that constant chatter, but if you get a piece of gold, gold will sound different than those hot rocks. And that's just what you got to listen to. But it doesn't matter the machine. When I went to Alaska, like I said, I took the 2300 and I took the Gold Monster. I found 30 something pieces of gold with the Gold Monster. And the guy that I went out with all the time had the 800. And he found almost just as much as I did with the 800. And he came out here one time and he was out here dry washing, and then he would check his tailings and all that with his 800. He would show me pinhead sized gold he was finding with that 800, but he knew how to use it. He had that thing dialed in, and that's the main thing. Whatever machine you got, if you learn that machine, it'll be a good. Don't matter what machine. I mean, I've seen people find nuggets with Boy Scout machines before. So any machine will find a nugget. They say even a blind chickmunk will find a nut once in a while, you know. So noise is fine, but yes, as long as gold makes a different sound. Well, gold will make a different sound on the Gold Monster. I'd say we could do a show and tell if I had the machines. You know, I'd show you what a hot rock sounds like to what a piece of gold would sound like. If you hunt coins, get the 800. And that's true. If you want kind of a multi-machine where you can do treasure hunting and hunt for gold, then yeah, the 800 is the way to go. If you just strictly want to hunt for gold, then like I say, the Gold Monster, that's what that machine is designed for. Get the doll, Jack. No. Can you show us sounds in the next video? The video that's coming out on Saturday is me up in Meadview area where I used a roller magnet and cleaned out. That's already, that'll be out Saturday, that video there. And then I don't know when I'm going back to. I'm not going to be going back to Meadview, so I can't show you on the sounds of that. And I do got gold here, and I do have. I don't know if you want me to go get all that machines and turn that on and show you all that or not. What those all sound like. If you want me to do that now or not. Buy a small nugget and put in a plastic bag to use for practice to learn your machine. Richard, yes. They have these test cards that have a little piece of gold on them that you can just carry in your wallet or carry in your detector bag. So whenever you go out, just take that out and kind of set it on the ground, and then you go over it just to get that idea of that there. Greece, I would do the MineLab 100. It's great. No, Scott, I figure I'll use my MineLab Vanquish for beach and coin stuff. Looking for a gold machine now. Tired of driving hours and hiking only to waste my time with a machine that isn't made for it. If you just want to find, if I'm looking on just going out and scouring the ground, I'd probably use the Gold Monster with that larger coral on it. And then if you know you're in an area that's really good for gold, or you find small pieces of gold, then I'd switch over to the smaller one. And the Gold Monster does come with both of them corals too. But just starting out to search an area, I would probably start with the lower one. I mean, you're talking about covering a space this big to covering a space this big. So to cover a space this big, you know how long it's going to take you to cover this space? Where the longer one, you can cover it so much faster. MineLab's first weekend, you will find a nugget with the monster. I found gold with the monster too. The monster, though, like I say, and plus it's got the dead zone in them, or not the dead zone, but it seems like for some reason I've noticed this with the Gold Monster, that the gold nugget, when you go over it, the small piece almost has to be in the center of the hot spot, sweet spot of that coral. If you go over like the tip of it, it doesn't seem to really pick it up. So you almost got to go really slow and right over that target for that to pick that up. And I've almost missed pieces just because you're just barely out of the range of picking that up. Jack, I'm interested in that Mine Lab 100. You're talking about the Gold Monster 1000? Yes, you have a crossover. Just take a gold nugget and just tape it on the bottom of the coral, and that way you'll always have the sound of gold. Tape it with 2 inches of tape. Let's see, where's my phone? Let me see what I had them on. Oh crap! I had them on the marketplace because I was selling them, and sometimes people say, "Hey, will you take?" No, I don't want to give them away just because they're good machines. Gold Monster. See if I can find. So I have the Gold Monster listed at $650. So you guys can tell me if that's a good price or not. That's what I have it listed as. The Gold Monster. The roller magnet to get off black sands. And that would work too if you're in an area where there's a lot of black sands. The roller magnet will help with that too. How do I contact you? You can PM me. DM. Why do they call it DM? I thought it was PM, private message. But I see people saying DM me. I don't know what DM means. It's PM. I always thought private message. You can send me a private message or an email at goldfeverradio@yahoo.com. They will all work. Alaskan Assassin Adventures. Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Josh Cooper, direct message. Scott, direct message. That works best. Direct message. You can find me on Facebook, Jack Tucker on Facebook. So you can go there, like, follow, and if you do that, then anything I post, you'll be one of the first ones to ever see anything that I post. If you're one of the followers on Facebook, and then on Facebook is the Gold Fever Adventure. So I've got both the personal page, which is my personal page, Jack Tucker, and then I got the Gold Fever Adventure page, which is the group page. So you can go to both of them if you want. And then, of course, on YouTube is Gold Fever Adventure. So you can like, share, subscribe, all that type of stuff. It's always good when you like. The more you like, the more the social media people like it. And the more people like it, they say, ooh, this must be doing really good. People are liking this. I think we ought to share it more. So it's always good when you like. Like, share, subscribe. That's right, Mark. Like, share, subscribe. T-shirt or hat giveaway. You want me to give away a T-shirt or a hat? Let's see. You want me to give away a T-shirt? I got a T-shirt to give away. These come in large, extra large, and 2Xs. You want me to give away a T-shirt? How do I do this? How do I give away a T-shirt? Did you see these cool stickers I got too? Okay, I can give away a T-shirt. I'll give away a T-shirt. You guys all hanging with here from the beginning of time? I can do that. I just got to figure out a question. Let's see. Oh, I know. Where's my what did I do with my stuff? Was this here? Let's see. Let's see. How should I ask this question? How should I ask this question? Let's see. Uh, let's see. I'll ask a question. I just got to figure out a question to ask. The question I'm going to ask is this will be a two-parter question, okay? A two-parter question. First one in the chat room. First one in the chat room. I'd like to get a sticker for my prospecting bucket. Panama Prospector. If you send me a yahoo.com or goldfeverradio@yahoo.com with the shipping address or mailing address, I'll mail you out a sticker. You have the bags you had last time. I've got these pay dirt bags. These are on the wheel. I'm doing a wheel of what we call the prize wheel. It's kind of like a fundraiser, a prize wheel that's got a bunch of these bags on it. It's up and going right now. You get all that information out on my pages, Facebook pages. So if you're not, part of that, you got to go there. Okay, I said tomorrow is what? I said tomorrow earlier in the show. I said tomorrow is what? I'm looking in the chat room. In the chat room. What did I say tomorrow is? The tote bag. Those things. The little bags. I think these are kind of like, you put your gold pans in and take them prospecting, put a blanket in at the beach or something like that. Okay, people, a tote bag. Let's see. Thursday. I tuned in late. Turbo Tyler. Nope. The cook-off. No. That's not what I said. This was in the beginning of the show. I said tomorrow. Yep. Guy got it. Guy got it. Tomorrow. Guy, you're so good, buddy. I said tomorrow was wine and cheese day. Right on, Guy. You got it. That's tomorrow. So you can wine tomorrow because it's wine and cheese day. Okay, Guy, you get a t-shirt. You win, Guy. So what you got to do is private message me your shipping address. I know you're up in Michigan, somewhere up there, and but I don't keep no addresses or anything like that. Richard Duke, yes, wine and cheese. All right. Paul, wine and cheese day. Yes, you guys got it. But old Guy beat you all to it. So, Guy, private message me or email me, one of the two, your size and the shipping address, and I will do that. Next week, what I'll probably do is do some of these, one of these gold cloth pans that I was sent. And I got a little kit here. I'll probably maybe do like a little pocket gold pan with a little panning thing with it, a little bottle. Probably do that next week's show. So, Grease Monkey got to go. Okay, take it easy. So, stay tuned for that. And probably what I'll end up doing, like sometimes I do, I ask a question from the last video. So that's probably how I'll give away one of them gold claw pans on next week's show. I'll ask you something that happened in the video that will come out on Saturday. So if you watch that video that will come out Saturday on metal detecting, I will ask a question from that video. And that's how I'll give away one of them gold claw pans for next Wednesday's show. Okay. He rewinded. Oh, yeah. Yes, Jack's Quartz Sites wine and cheese party. Yeah. Some people do that, they there's one couple, I don't see them in there, but it's funny because they're both on the phones and they both have their own phones going. And as soon as I ask the question, then they're both going at the same time. So they're both ready. But I don't see them in there. What did the grapes say when the elephant stepped on it? Oh, shit. Alaska. Wine and cheese day. That's good. That was right. You're lagging in time. You're behind. That's a good way to do it. LOL. So yeah, so that's how we'll do it next week, and really, so just to give you guys, see Alan, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Is make sure you're not lagging. Like when you join in, fast forward so you're currently up to date, because if you're watching it, you could be 5 minutes behind everybody else, and so you're picking up whatever else. Nothing, just gave out a little wine. So nothing, just whined. Oh, so anyway, so make sure you're not, when you're streaming or you're watching, that you're watching current. So there's that. I think there's that little dot. You can push that dot all the way forward. So, anyways, guys, that's what I've really got to talk about. That's everything. I can't believe we yacked for an hour and a half. Didn't even have a guest. See how you guys get me yakking. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate all you guys. So I am going to find my outro out of here, and I'm going to outro on out of here. Let me find my outro out of here, the ending. So anyways, I do want to thank you guys for inviting me into your guys' homes to share little adventures with you guys. So you know what they say, please like, share, subscribe. You guys all take care of yourselves. Have yourself a fantastic week. Stay out of trouble, everybody. And remember, it is a very, very rough world out there. So, hey, thank you, everybody. Bless you all. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one. So until our paths cross again, see y'all. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Good night.